was low and bedded down in a blue snow comforter when they arrived at the final home. At the end of a long drive leading up to the farmhouse was the ghostly outline of a big truck and trailer. If the team recognized the 18-wheeler, they said nothing and continued on course to the rooftop. Nicholas hopped from the sleigh and was transported quickly down and into the living room. The ember glow from the fireplace sent shadows dancing across bare walls. Beside a scrawny Christmas tree, a small, worn nativity scene had been carefully placed in a makeshift stable fashioned from a cardboard box. Nicholas peeked into the den as if expecting someone. A plate of broken cookies was on an end table next to an empty glass of milk. A tall man was asleep on the sofa. It seemed to be a restless, troubled sleep. Throwing his pack over his shoulder, Nicholas crept silently across the room and placed the night's final packages around the tree, making sure the ribbons and bows were smoothed out. Having turned on the Christmas lights, he took a moment to enjoy the tree. The nativity scene looked almost alive beneath the twinkling lights. Nicholas gazed at the manger and smiled as he began to fully understand the meaning of this last stop. The best gifts are always given face to face. He quietly stepped back into the side room and whispered a name. John. The sleeper stirred. John. Nicholas hesitated to speak any louder. Jonathan! The sleeper bolted upright on the couch as if from a nightmare. What is that? I can't stop in time! The dreaming man cried out. Jonathan! The sleeper sprang to his feet, and in the dimly lit room, Nicholas could easily make out the towering figure of the young truck driver. What? Who's there? The man stammered. Jonathan, open your eyes. It's me, St. Nicholas. Squinting through sleepy, tear-swollen eyes, John Metter observed a big man dressed in red standing before him in the faint light. Nicholas continued, Jonathan, can you hear me? It's Santa Claus. With that he raised his arms, dancing a little jig, snapping his fingers as if to say, See, it's me. The young man took a step backward. Oh no, you're here? He fell back onto the sofa exhausted, then frightened. Please let this be a dream, he began to plead. Mr. Claus, my wife and I, you see, had this big argument about money and the Christmas presents. I was so tired and angry, I ran out to the truck and drove. Nicholas grabbed the man under the arms and heaved him up. Shh, Jonathan, you'll wake the children. Everything is going to be fine. Astonishment swept over the young truck driver's face. What? Nicholas continued. You couldn't have expected a sleigh and reindeer to be parked out on that road? But I hit your deer. I hit it hard. John shook his head. Am I awake? I don't understand. I felt it. I remember driving away. I was terrified. Listen to me, Nicholas interrupted. Yes, you should have stayed and helped. But something wondrous has come from it all. Wondrous? How can that be? The man argued. Come with me. John followed Nicholas into the living room, and they stood together before the small Christmas tree. I want you to close your eyes and think about Christmas. John Metter hesitated, then closed his eyes. A minute, 2 minutes drifted past as they stood there in the gold-red glimmer of tree and firelight, the hiss and pop of smoldering firewood and a slight scent of smoke in the air. Nicholas finally spoke. It's wonderful, don't you think? The sounds, the smells, the tastes, so many presents, so many hopes, family gatherings and family love, Christmas past, Christmas present. The old man bowed his head in deep thought. His voice somehow changed. But you know, people seem to forget the reason for it. They think that Christmas is Santa Claus, or Christmas is giving, or Christmas is love, some such thing. And in a small way, I guess I am part of the magic of Christmas. But there's more. Nicholas knelt down before the little nativity scene. He looked up at John, then turned back to the tiny manger. This little one, he's real. The baby in the manger is the real reason for Christmas. He's love, straight from heaven, the Prince of Peace. And believe me, John, we could all use some real love and peace in the world. Look down here with me. You wanted to know how something wondrous came out of tonight? Well, it was forgiveness. I forgive you, John, because I was forgiven. John Metter dropped to his knees, his mind looking for a place to rest. I'm still not sure I understand, the young father whispered. I thought I killed your deer. I thought Christmas was dead for me and for my family. Me too, Nicholas replied. I had a lot of trouble tonight, and I was so angry. But that's just it. We can't kill Christmas. The child, the baby Jesus, he is Christmas, and he can't be killed. People tried to kill him when he was a child, but he escaped. They tried to kill him when he grew up, but he came out of the grave. Even today, people try to ignore him and turn their backs on him. But he has a special love that goes deep to those who are discouraged and angry and lost. People like you and me. As Nicholas spoke, John's mind began to turn, and he started to understand. Jonathan, a long time ago, I was given a powerful gift. Tonight I needed a reminder, so Jesus found me and helped me remember his first gift to me, forgiveness. It's the reason I do what I do every year. And now, I've found you and given you my gift. Will you forgive me for being so angry at you? Oh, Santa, yes. But will you? Of course I will. I already did. Nicholas and John lingered for a while by the manger, visiting together in the still of that early Christmas morning. Nicholas told John the whole story of that night's trials, from his illness to the angel's rescue. Some minutes after the clock struck 6, Nicholas noticed the time. Oh, I must be going. The missus is expecting me by sunrise, and I do have a Christmas story to tell her. He reached for his pack and stood to leave. God bless you, Jonathan Metter, you and your whole family. The truck driver grinned. God bless you too, Santa. This is a Christmas for the books. You're right on that one, son, he agreed, the bells on his belt tinkling with his laughter. My goodness! In all the excitement, I forgot to ask what you want for Christmas. Oh, Santa, I don't need anything, the man answered. Oh, ho, 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 just like a parent. Now what is it? I'm all out of gifts. Then with a gleam in his eye, but I can ship it to you second day air. Ho, 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 ho. John Metter smiled broadly. Well, he thought for a moment. I cut wood for the fireplace and been thinking about getting one of those orange hunter's jackets so I'm not mistaken for an elk out in the woods. Nicholas was about to laugh but stopped in amazement. You know, John, I think I've got just what you're looking for." He reached down into the big, almost empty bag, and out came the bright orange coat the angel had left behind. "That's it! That's exactly what I wanted!" John took the coat in childlike delight. Sizing up the broad-shouldered young trucker, Santa chuckled. "And I have a funny feeling it will fit you perfectly. There's a matching cap down that sleeve, too." Santa stood for a moment admiring the boy as he put on the coat. "Now I must get going. Merry Christmas to you, son." John Metter was so amazed by the coat he didn't notice Nicholas turning to leave. "This is great. Look, my name's even on the front." Nicholas turned with a puzzled look. "I didn't notice a name. You mean John?" "No, not John. Right here, see?" He held the coat up to the light. "It says Gabe in big silver letters." Nicholas took the coat in his hands and looked intently at the embroidered name. "But your name is John, Jonathan." "Yes, but everybody calls me Gabe, my middle name. Jonathan Gabriel Metter. Surely you would know that." "Gabriel, you say? Wait a minute. Gabriel!" Nicholas exclaimed in a way too loud for early Christmas morning voice. Raising his hands in triumph, he whispered, "That was Gabriel. My angel was the Gabriel. What a night! What next? Can it get any better?" He turned to leave, grabbing and taking a bite of a cookie as he went. "Peanut butter," he stopped. "My favorite. Oh, ho, 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 ho." The old man made his way to the roof. The team watched him keenly as he stowed the empty bag and slid a paper plate of broken cookies across the driver's seat. Finally, Gracie spoke up. "Is he okay?" "Yes, he is just fine." "Did you tell him I'm okay?" "Yes, and that you forgive him, too." "Good. I was afraid for him," the little dear responded. The eastern sky was just beginning to glimmer when Nicholas called out, "Gift and Gavin, my dear antlered friends, the gift is given. Merry Christmas! Gift and Gavin! Gift and Gavin!" The team responded in unison. "Gift and Gavin! Gift 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 and Gavin!" Nicholas checked his bearings, glanced at the maps, then gave the command. The team lifted the sleigh powerfully into the air. Then Nicholas called out as if he were trying to wake the sun, "A Merry Christmas to all! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho!" The team sped to their northern home and arrived healthy, happy, and whole just before sunrise.
Remember the reason, remember the star, the shepherds, the wise men who traveled so far. Remember the angels proclaiming his birth with goodwill to all men and peace to the earth. Other days may the memory of